can make you... Huh? Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Science rules. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Brought to you by Cooties. There's probably some on me right now. You realize that you and I are covered with germs, especially our hands. See, germs are everywhere. They're on everything. Like they're all over these buttons. Ugh. Germs are tiny, but they're powerful. They get inside you. Sometimes they can make you sick. So your body has a whole system set up to fight them. Now, germs are much smaller than you can see with your eye. You need a microscope. But take a look at this. This is our model germ of science. Now, scientists like to think of germs as having patterns of chemicals on the outside of them that our body can use to find them. Now, our bodies find germs with special chemicals called antibodies. And the antibodies act like chemical antennae. When they sense a germ, they attach themselves to it. They wrap themselves around it. Something like this. The antibodies act like bright markers that tell our bodies, attack this, attack this, attack this. Our bodies have, blood cells drifting through our bloodstream that are white, called,
What are they called?
called white blood cells. Now, when white blood cells sense the antibodies, they attack the germ. We've all been waiting for. It's these two adversaries meet once again in the squared circle. Not some fancy footwork by Nye there, but look at that. Germs matching its stuff for stuff. You know, back in the bone marrow, they call him Nye for stuff. Couple of nice body blows there by Nye. Nye throws a roundhouse right, but Germ comes back with a shot of its own, and Nye goes reeling. He's up against the ropes. Germ relentless in its attack. And now Nye saved by the bell. This could be a long fight for Nye for sight. Now, this battle between blood cells and germs is going on all day, all the time. It's happening inside of you right now.
The Navy presents Public Enemy #1.
At ease, sailor. So I'm here to tell you about your worst enemy. It sneaks into your territory without you even violently and ruthlessly invading and destroying. It's up to you to stop them, sailor, but you won't need a gun. You've got to kill germs. Germs. And that's your weapon. Soap. Your cup needs you to wash your hands before you... And another thing, sailor. Stop kicking your numbers.
Oh no, this is it. Great. I'm going out. Maybe I should just pop it. Nah. What the heck?
Don't pop it! This is just your body's way of telling you that you've got bacteria growing in your skin. Your body fights it by putting scar tissue around the germs that are causing it. Kind of like trapping a bug under a bowl. Once trapped, the germs die. But I'll let this one go. On the stream! Relax. Usually a zip's pretty harmless. Unless you pop it. Then you spray the germs all over your face. Or if you squeeze it, you can force the germs deeper into your skin, into your body. So remember, don't pop your pimples. Richie, are you touching your mucous membranes? Don't you know that's a way to spread germs? Listen to me. I'm your mother.
In many cases, sickness is caused by tiny, tiny germs. They are so small that we have to use a microscope to see them. if it is not just cold weather, what is it that causes so many of us to catch cold? Scientists think that most colds are caused by extremely small microorganisms called viruses.
Every time you get a cold, your body, your immune system, makes antibodies against that germ, against that cold virus. So you can never get the same cold twice. Then why is it we always get colds all the time? Well, you see, there are at least 100 different viruses that can give you what we call a cold. And they're always changing, just a little bit. Like when a virus gets inside you and it infects you and it makes new viruses, well, sometimes those viruses change a little bit. So you can get reinfected with a slightly different form of the same virus. That's how you can keep getting a cold through your whole life.
Preservatives keep foods like pickles, jellies, and canned fruits from rotting. They stop bacteria, germs that can make you sick, from growing on the food, so they stay fresh. You can make your own preservatives. All you need is to take 2 bouillon cubes and mix it with a pint of boiling water. Then pour your soup into 4 clean glasses. In the first glass, put a teaspoon of salt. In the second glass, put a teaspoon of sugar. And in the third glass, put 3 teaspoons of vinegar. Leave the fourth glass alone. Now put all 4 glasses in a place where they'll get lots of warmth. Leave them alone for a couple of days. Can you tell which one we didn't do anything to?
The one that's more cloudy.
You're right, it's the one that's more cloudy. Because that's the one that's got bacteria growing in it. The other 3 have been preserved. Preservatives, science that keeps things fresh.
Do not, I repeat, do not attempt this demonstration at home.
It's really easy to pass germs. Most germs don't enter through our body, but when they do, they enter through the mouth, the nose, the ears, and by touch.
What you have just seen was carried out by trained glitter professionals under strict laboratory conditions. Do not, I repeat, do not attempt this demonstration at home. Or if you do, you gotta plan to take a shower or something because the glitter gets all over everything. Thank you. You may not notice it, but you touch your face a lot during the day. And when you do, it's an opportunity for germs to get from your hands into your head, up your nose and through your mouth and your eyes.
If you get disease germs on your hands, and then put your hands in your eyes,
That's what can make you sick. So it's important to wash your hands.
wash your hands before doing anything that has to do with food.
Especially before you eat. When you wash your hands, the soap and water takes the germs away, right off your hands.
So be a germ fighter with me.
So when you touch your face, maybe by accident, the germs don't get inside you. So wash your hands.
Wash your hands after doing anything that gets them very dirty. After playing games. After playing with animals. And especially after going to the toilet.
The germs that make us sick are always changing. Please consider the following. Now, the type of germ that gives you a cold is usually a virus. And viruses are tiny.
They are so tiny you can't see them, except with a microscope.
So if these balloons are as big as cells in our body, a virus might be only this big, about as big as this theater ticket. Now, a virus can't make copies of itself on its own. It can't reproduce on its own. The only way they can reproduce is to attach themselves to a cell.
The enemy viruses initiate the attack by attaching to the cell membrane, causing cell surface alteration.
And make the cell make copies of the viruses for them. Hear that? The virus is making copies of itself right inside the cell.
They replicate in large numbers, mature,
and release their massive battalions by blowing up cells.
Eventually, it overcomes the cell and it bursts open. And then copies of the virus go everywhere.
The viruses scatter, besieging more cells, and the infection spreads as the viruses increase in strength and number at a staggering rate.
And that's when your body starts attaching antibodies so that a white blood cell can wipe it out. See? But once in a while, when a virus is reproducing, it doesn't make an exact copy. Like this theater ticket is a slightly different color and has a slightly different pattern on it. So then the antibody for the original virus doesn't recognize it, and it goes right past it, just lets it go. And this virus can go and make us sick again. Now this war, this battle that's been going on between us and viruses has been going on since time began. Our two combatants will again square off in the center of the ring. And what does he think this is? A love fest? This is a deadly turn he's fighting. Vento destroying him. It's not good, man. They dance around in the middle of the ring. Germ looks to be taking control. And Germ rolls right over Nye, taking out a looking slow motion. Nye in serious trouble, folks. But Glyphosate jumps to its feet. That's using your head, Nye. What's Germ up to now? Down goes Nye! Down goes Nye! It looks like he's down for the count. But again, saved by the bell. I don't believe it. There are germs that attack our white blood cells. In other words, there are germs that attack what we normally use to fight germs. And it's called the Human Immunodeficiency Virus, or HIV. You may have heard of it. The HIV attacks our white blood cells and eventually kills them. When that happens, we have nothing to fight diseases. So diseases that we normally have no problem with end up making us very, very sick. When that happens, we call it AIDS. That's the Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome. You can't get it from shaking hands or people coughing or sneezing. And you get it when your blood or other fluids from inside your body get mixed with the blood or other fluids from inside someone's body who's already infected with the HIV. It's pretty complicated. So it's the HIV that can give you AIDS. Now, right now, there's no vaccine or medicine you can take that fights the HIV. So you've got to take care of your immune system. You've got to take care of your white blood cells. Because if you take care of your immune system will take care of you.
I'm Mila, I am 8 and I'm 11 years old. And this coming July 11th, I'm going to be 12 years old. AIDS is a virus that gets in your body, and it's really hard for your body to fight it. And there's no cure for it right now, but the only way you can kind of keep away from it is not to get it. And if you do get it, then you try and live as normal life as you can. I was born with my father having AIDS, and he died when I was 10. And I'd like kids to know that you can't get AIDS just from being around someone who has AIDS. Hang out with kids who have AIDS, and there's no danger of it because I know I'm not going to get it. We don't share needles or have unprotected sex or those sort of things that actually do cause people to contract AIDS. It's really important for people with AIDS to be treated just like everybody else, and it really improves the quality of their life.
If germs can get inside of you through your mouth, be sure that food is clean before you eat it. And keep food covered. Safe from flies when you eat outside. Remember, flies carry dangerous germs on their feet.
I'm Carol Coombs, and I'm a health inspector, and I hunt for germs. Since you can't see germs, we have to look at the food itself. Food has to be really cold or really hot, so bacteria can't grow. This tasty soup is fine when it's hot, but as it cools down, it's a perfect breeding ground for bacteria. So any leftovers, put straight into the fridge. This is a piece of raw fish, and like all raw meats, it has juices that run out of it. These juices contain bacteria. So before you want to cut fruits and vegetables on it, you want to wash, rinse, and sanitize the board. Because see here, these little lines? Bacteria can live and grow in there, so you really need to kill them off with a sanitizer, usually bleach. It's very important to cook burgers hamburgers thoroughly so you don't get E. coli. E. coli can make you sick. If your hamburger is still pink in the middle, it's not done yet. Make sure that it's brown all the way through. If your burger looks like this, don't eat it. The germs are still alive. If your burger looks like this, go ahead and eat it because it's fully cooked and all the germs have been killed. See this dirty rag hanging out here? This is a prime area for germs to grow. Just put it in the bleach bucket. They'll kill those germs. Germs. They don't stand a chance in a clean kitchen. There's a lot of germs in a city like this. Most of the time, you don't even notice them. But they're there, lurking everywhere. That's where I come in. I'm a detective. My name is Luna. Luna Van Dyke. It's a Dutch name that means antibodies.
Luna, you've got to help me. I keep getting this feeling that I'm not alone.
Look, kid, you're not alone. None of us are. It's pretty simple. Even though your house looks clean, you need to take a closer look. Germs are everywhere. They're on a light switch, on the telephone. They could be on your pencil, on your refrigerator, and yes, even the kitchen sink. So you see, kid, you can't get rid of them, but you don't have to. The thing to remember is, most germs that attack you won't make you sick.
So what you're telling me is, most of the germs that attack me won't make me sick.
Precisely.
This is what germs look like through the microscope.
If you don't want germs, I got something to say. And if you got a cold, darling, try things my way. Germs are the small germs make you sick. Don't have to worry if you know this trick. Easy soap, touch doorknobs with care. Keep cuts clean. Just wash your hands. You're gonna stop germs incubating. Just wash your hands. Don't finger your eyes. Use a tissue. It's virus and bacteria you're spreading. I'm not into germs. Just wash your hands.
When white blood cells sense antibodies, they attack the germs. The blood cells wrap themselves around the germs, sometimes dissolving it, or sometimes making them explode.
Round three!
Knives running out of time. And what the heck was that? It looks like the young man's had enough. Knives trying to escape. But wait, he turns. He leaps. Leaping lymphocytes, it's all over. A stunning turn of events as Nye comes back to destroy the salmonella germ. Still champion.
Through the microscope, we can actually see white cells attacking and eating up bacteria.
Excuse me, I've got some microorganisms in here, but see ya. Hey, I've never done this before, but my hands are clean, so I figure what's the worst that can happen.
Produced in association with the National Science Foundation.